Hello everybody, welcome. Today I'll give you a talk and try to be a bridge through my words to bring you to get you in touch with, I'll call it the unknown, or to awaken. To point it out to you so you don't have to keep watching YouTube videos and you can just finally be done with it. You can move on with your life and go and enjoy it and not be stuck chasing awakening. So hopefully we can do this in just this video. So this is going to be a simple contemplation, and pay very close attention to the mind and how quick it's going to jump in and try distort your experience of what I'm pointing to and make it into something it's not, or it's gonna trick you. It's just basically it's a trickster, and it's gonna trick you out of what I lead you to. I'm gonna take you somewhere, and the mind, you watch it, will pull you out of it very quickly. But once we're aware of the mechanisms of the mind and what it's doing, we should be able to do this. Once we're aware of what the mind's doing, we can be like, I know what you're doing. I'm not going to listen to you. That's when magic can start to happen. And yes, it's pretty smart. It will probably pull us back out sometime. But at least if we can just get a glimpse and be there for a moment and get familiar with it, we know what we're looking for now, and we can keep bringing ourselves back to that and keep being aware of the mind. Yeah. So basically it's very simple. First, we got to get present. We want to get grounded. I like to do this before any sort of meditation technique or anything to do with spirituality, before you watch a spiritual video. And that says we want to come present within the body and really feel into the aliveness inside our body. And the bridge to that is breath. Breathing deep into our stomach and just feeling our entire body and all the sensations that are in there that arise. We may already find a bit more peace from coming out of our mind and into our body. It's crazy how much time we do spend up in our heads and don't realize, like, how would I just be with the body and not get so caught up in all these stories I'm telling myself. And once we're in the body, we're going to try to stay grounded in the body. But we're going to be aware of what's going on inside our mind. What thoughts are we having? What stories are we telling ourselves? We're probably thinking about everything. Everything you usually think about, you're thinking about, right? And we just want to ask ourselves, am I these thoughts that are arising? Are these thoughts me, truly? Are these thoughts me? These voices in my head that seem to be very conflicting and don't usually agree with each other a lot of the time and fluctuate a lot. Is this me? And you might say yes. You might actually think it is you, but what I want you to notice is there's something that is aware of those thoughts. So you can't really be something you're aware of, because you're aware of it. If you're it, you're it, right? You become aware, okay, I'm aware of these thoughts. And you just observe, just see the thoughts as thoughts and not my thoughts, not me or my thoughts, just as thoughts, as travelers passing by. Remember, staying grounded in the body, looking at our mind and our thoughts, seeing we're not these thoughts. And then the question can arise, what are we then? If I'm not thoughts, if I'm not the stories I'm telling myself, what am I then? You might say a body, or you're aware of a body. You might say a mind, but you're kind of aware of the mind. It's like, what is that which is aware of all this? And then maybe, and just sit, and your mind might just stop. It might just go, oh, I'm just aware, being pure. I'm just pure being awareness. Once we're there in pure being, we see that we're not our thoughts. That's it. That's awakening. That's the truth. Just pure being awareness. And notice the mind will go, this isn't it. Or it will start enticing you back out of that experience, or say this isn't that peaceful. But once you're not listening to the mind and you're sitting in it, sitting in your own awareness, which is always there, consciousness, there isn't a problem, right? Until the mind starts. Even if there's uncomfortable feelings or sensations. Awareness doesn't have a problem with uncomfortable feelings and sensations. The mind does. And I invite you, if there is uncomfortable feelings and sensations, it's a sign that you've been using the mind to ignore what's going on inside. And you've just been up in your head listening to all your thoughts and stories to ignore what's really going on. And when we sit back, we see that we're not our thoughts, and we become aware of awareness, and if there's uncomfortable things, feel them. They're just waiting to be felt. And you've been distracting yourself with thoughts. But from the vantage point of awareness, which I don't want to objectify too much or personalize or anything, but from just pure, boundaryless, locationless awareness, I guess the thing that is allowing you, that is giving you that is making you somehow aware of whatever's going on now, doesn't have a problem with anything. The mind does. And a good thing to ask. Let's go a bit deeper. So you're established as, I'm not my thoughts. I'm just awareness. Now this can be a bit detaching sometimes, or if done from the wrong place. Usually, if we're still in our head, we're going to be in a very, I guess you could call it, apathetic detachment, which is why it's important to be in the body when we do this, so we still feel we're still with life. We're not just like up here, we're in the body, tapping into pure being, this locationless, boundaryless thing. Now you might feel like this beingness has a location. Maybe it's sitting in the heart, maybe it's sitting in the head, maybe it's somewhere located. But if you keep inquiring into that and look into where is awareness, where does it start, where actually is it located, and really feel where is it located. And you might go, oh, I can feel it in the head. It's like, well, that's just another sensation that you're aware of. Oh, I can feel it in the body. That's just another sensation we're aware of. Where actually is it? And at this point, we just fall deeper into unknown. We don't know, and there's peace in that. And I don't know where it is. It doesn't seem to be anywhere. And we can also, another one we can add to that is there a boundary to this awareness? Does this awareness have boundaries or limits? And we don't know. We can't find a boundary or a limit to awareness. It's, you can't grasp it. You can't put your finger on it. You can't. It's just this moment. It seems to be everywhere. Nothing is outside of awareness, right? We can't. How can anything exist outside of it? And as we start to see that it's boundless, this awareness, and that it's boundless, we start to see that nothing exists outside of it. That everything within must be from it. Everything must be almost as a manifestation of this awareness. And then now we go, oh, everything is awareness. Wow, this is or consciousness or whatever you want to call it. And that's quite a cool experience. Well, I wouldn't call it experience, but it's quite a different way of being than previously. And now, once we see everything as pure awareness, we can go a little deeper. And now we want to just drop the label of the mind. Right now, the mind's not identified. I mean, yeah, the mind's not identified with its thoughts or with the body or this, but now it's identified with pure awareness that exists everywhere. It's latched onto that. It's like, I am this. I am pure awareness that is like whoever, or God, I'm all, like, all this. And it's another little identification. It's like it starts losing threads, and it's the final sort of hang on. It's the last. It's like when someone's fallen off a cliff and they've got one finger. We're holding onto awareness or God or whatever it is, and now we drop that label of awareness. Don't label it. Don't try to put it in a box, which is what we do when we title the unknown, and just let go into it fully. And this is where words fall away, because all words, as well they can be a bridge, but you must, once you cross the bridge, you don't use it anymore. It's just a bridge to get over to the other side, to point us that way, and then we sort of walk into the unknown. Because and words, we box unknown is, and we identify with it. It gives something for the mind to grab on. The words give something for the mind to hold on to and identify with. So the final thing we do is we let go of the box called, that we're trying to put unknown into, called awareness or God or whatever, and it's just, words just stop. And then there's just there's just this moment appearing. No past, no future. And don't forget about this place, because it can happen. The mind can sneak its way back in, particularly when we start to try understand what's going on. When we try to grasp what's happening, we look around and we go, wow. And then the mind goes, oh, this is, and starts labeling things and going, yeah, this is like what I read in that book. And, and they start piecing it all, oh, well, I understand, but what if this guy said this thing? And then we just like put the box back over reality, and we sort of can be back up in the mind, lost in thought. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.